Hello guys, welcome back to 𝗵𝘂𝘀𝘁 Predict. Today we have our last Premier League predictions before the international break. So we're going to be predicting Premier League match week 29. And today we're going to be predicting only 8 games. Quick reminder, one of the games took place on February 19th where Aston Villa hosted Liverpool and that game ended 2-2 draw. And another game, Newcastle Crystal Palace, were postponed to April 16th due to 𝗗𝗂𝗺𝗏𝗺𝗏 match where Liverpool will be facing Newcastle. We also had a decent Champions League predictions. We hit 5 out of 8 predictions. And also I want to go over quickly our week 28 predictions and see how good or bad we did. So as you can see, for our Premier League week 28, we hit 6 out of 10 possible predictions. The first match, Brighton were hosting Fulham. Our tip was Brighton double chance, combined with both teams to score with the odds of 2.10. And the actual result was 2-1, so we hit that tip. Following match, Liverpool were hosting Southampton. Our tip was both teams to score, odds 1.90. We had 2 tips for that game, both teams to score with the odds of 1.90. And another tip was Liverpool to win, combined with under 4.5 goals, meaning 4 or less goals in the game, with the odds of 1.85. And we hit both of our tips. And in addition to 2 correct tips in that match, we also hit the correct score in that match, 3-1. The following match, Wolves were hosting Everton. Our tip was both teams to score with the odds of 1.90. And the actual result was 1-1 draw. So we hit that tip, and on top of that, we also predicted the correct score for this game. The following match, Tottenham were hosting Bournemouth. Our tip was Bournemouth double chance, combined with under 5.5 goals, meaning 5 or less goals in the game, with the odds of 1.90. And the actual result was 2-2 draw, so we hit that tip. And the following match, Chelsea were hosting Leicester. Our tip was Chelsea to win, combined with under 4.5 goals with the odds of 1.77. And the actual result was 1-0, so we hit another tip. And the following match, Crystal Palace were hosting Ipswich. We predicted the correct winner in that game, the Crystal Palace to win. And the remaining 4, you see which ones we missed. So yeah, we still did a good job. We hit 6 out of 10 possible predictions and 3 correct scores, which is an amazing result. So now without further ado, let's get to our Premier League week 29 predictions. First match of the week, Everton will be hosting West Ham, 15th against the 16th. Both teams have accumulated the same amount of points, 33 each. 4 draws and 1 win for Everton in their last 5, whereas 2 wins and 3 losses for West Ham. Everton were able to draw in their last away match against Wolves 1-1, and West Ham lost at home against Newcastle 0-1. The reverse fixture between these two teams back in November ended with a goalless draw. And the last season when West Ham visited Goodison Park, that game ended 3-1 for West Ham. Looking at other stats, Everton's defense looked much better compared to West Ham's. They practically scored the same amount of goals, but Everton's goal difference is -4, whereas West Ham's -16. I believe in this game both of the teams wouldn't mind to land a point, but I'm more leaning towards the home team. My score prediction for this match is 2-0 for Everton. And my tip is Everton double chance combined with over 1.5 goals, meaning 2 or more goals in the game, odds 1.80. On to the next one, Ipswich Town will be hosting Nottingham Forest, 18th against the 3rd. Ipswich are trying to get away from that relegation zone, and they're only sitting 6 points away from the 17th placed Wolves. I wouldn't say it's a mission impossible, but definitely not an easy task when you're facing a top 3 team Nottingham. Nottingham Forest are in a decent run, drawing against Arsenal at home 0-0 and then beating Manchester City at home 1-0 and maintaining their 3rd position. The fun fact between these two teams is that they faced each other in an FA Cup match where the game ended 1-1 draw, and Nottingham Forest were able to kick out Ipswich Town in the penalty shootout. So in a sense, Ipswich Town would try to take their revenge in this match, especially considering they're playing at home in front of their own crowd. So my score prediction for this match is 1-2 for Nottingham Forest, and considering Ipswich scored in 7 out of their last 8 matches, my tip for this one would be both teams to score as 1.75. On to the next one, Manchester City will be hosting Brighton, 5th against the 7th. Only 1 point separating these two teams. Brighton's form looks much better than City's, winning 4 out of their last 5 matches, where City won 2 and lost 3. In reverse fixture back in November, Brighton were able to defeat City 2-1 at home. But the previous season when Manchester City visited American Express Stadium, they beat the host 4-0. Since Manchester City were kicked out of the Champions League, they would definitely try to improve their league position and get back into those Champions League positions. But they must win this game to keep their hopes up, and I know it's not going to be an easy task for City. I'm going to go for a high scoring game, 3-2 for Manchester City, and my tip is Manchester City double chance combined with over 2.5 goals, meaning 3 or more goals in the game, odds 1.85. On to the next one. Southampton will be hosting Wolves 20th against the 17th. Southampton had a tough matchups in their last 4 matches and lost all 4 against Bournemouth, Brighton, Chelsea and Liverpool, whereas Wolves are trying to get away from the relegation zone, sitting only 6 points away from Ipswich Town. Wolves drew their last home game against Everton just like we predicted, but in their previous away match they were able to defeat Bournemouth 1-0. In their first fixture back in November, the game ended 2-0 for Wolves, and the last time Wolves visited Southampton back in 2023, they were able to get the win as well. So I'm expecting Southampton to put up a fight in this match. My score prediction for this game is 1-2 for Wolves, and my tip is Wolves double chance combined with under 3.5 goals, meaning 3 or less goals in the game, odds 1.85. On to the next one. Bournemouth will be hosting Brentford, 9th against the 12th. The battle for European competition spots are in its peak. Bournemouth are only 3 points away from Manchester City, whereas Brentford are trying to get back into the top 10. Brentford's away form is looking really good, winning 4 out of 4 away matches, whereas Bournemouth lost their last 2 home games against Liverpool and Wolves. In reverse fixture, Brentford were able to defeat Bournemouth 3-2, and the last season when they visited Bournemouth, they also were able to get a win in that one. So I'm not sure if Bournemouth are gonna bounce back after back-to-back home losses or keep dropping points at home. I know this prediction is gonna be against all the odds, but I'm favoring the away team in this game. My score prediction for this match is 1-2 for Brentford, and my tip is both teams to score combined with over 2.5 goals, odds 1.75. On to the next one of the main games of the week that I'm looking forward to. Arsenal will be hosting Chelsea, 2nd against the 4th. I'm expecting some fireworks in this game. Both teams got advanced after their round of 16 European competition matches. Arsenal in their last outing visited Manchester United and drew that game 1-1, whereas Chelsea were hosting Leicester at home and won that game 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. The reverse fixture at Stamford Bridge back in November ended 1-1 draw. And the last time the Blues visited Emirates Stadium, that game ended with a shocking result 5-0 for Arsenal. Chelsea haven't won a single game in their last 5 away EPL matches with 4 losses and only 1 draw. So it's really going to be a tough mission to get anything at Emirates Stadium. My score prediction for this match is 2-1 for Arsenal, and my tip is both teams to score, odds 1.75. On to the next one. Fulham will be hosting Tottenham, 10th against the 13th. Some of the fun facts between these two teams. Fulham have only won 1 out of their last 5 home matches, losing 2, drawing 2, whereas Spurs won their last 2 away matches against Brentford and Ipswich. The reverse fixture back in December ended 1-1 draw, and the last season when Tottenham visited Fulham, that game ended 3-0 for the home team Fulham. Tottenham are in a good spirits after kicking AZ Alkmaar out of the European competition, so I'm expecting a back and forth high scoring game in this one. And that draw at 3.75 looks really tempting. My score prediction for this match is 2-2 draw, and my tip is both teams to score combined with over 2.5 goals, meaning 3 or more goals in the game, odds 1.80. Last match of the week, Leicester will be hosting Manchester United. Manchester United successfully kicked Real Sociedad out of the European competition, winning that game 4-1 at home, and they're super inspired coming to this game. Will try to keep their winning streak, but the interesting fact between these two teams, they have faced each other in an FA Cup match where Manchester United were able to get the win 2-1, and Leicester will fight with everything they got to get their revenge for that loss. The reverse fixture back in November ended 3-0 for Manchester United, and the last time United visited Leicester back in 2022, they were able to beat the hosts 1-0 as well. So long story short, I cannot rely on Manchester United too much, but they should be able to get a win in this one. My score prediction for this game is 2-1 for Manchester United, And my tip is Manchester United double chance combined with under 3.5 goals, meaning 3 or less goals in the game, odds 1.80. That's all guys, that was our Premier League Match Week 29 predictions. Leave your comments and predictions in the comment section. I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Put thumbs up if you liked the video. Also subscribe so you're not gonna miss our next releases. Enjoy your international break after this game week, and bye for now.